You did everything normal. You paid your bills, on time mostly, treated yourself a little when the money was there, spent kinda like everyone around you. That's just life, right? And nothing went wrong. No crash, no layoff, no dumb mistake. 10 years went by. Pretty much how you figured. So here's the weird part. Somewhere out there is a guy with your exact paycheck. Same job. Same boring $2,300 a month after taxes. That's what actually hits the account. He didn't make more than you. Not a dollar. Didn't get lucky. Didn't get some secret raise. He just did one small thing. Something you'd never even notice. And by the time you're both old enough to retire, that one small thing is worth almost $500,000. It cost him about $6 a day. $6. And the craziest part? You'd never have noticed it was even happening. So let's actually live it. Both versions. You're 22. First real job, first real paycheck. $2,300 a month after taxes. Same for you and that other guy. Call him Chris. Day 1. You two are identical. Same bank, same balance, same zero. $2,300 hits the account on the first. Rent takes its cut. Then the car, the phone, food, stuff you forgot you're even paying for. Whatever's left, you spend. Because why not? You earned it. A coffee on the way to work, lunch out a couple times a week, 2 or 3 subscriptions you forgot you had, a random Amazon box here and there. None of it feels like much, because it isn't. $4 here, 13 there, and you know what? It works. You're not drowning. You're not rich. You're just fine. Same as your friends, same as everyone at work. This is just what normal looks like. Nobody's worried. Nobody's staring at some chart. This is life. This is fine. Now, Chris, same paycheck, same $2,300. For years, you two look completely identical. Same small life, same tired Mondays, same money landing on the first. Line up your bank accounts in year 1, you couldn't tell whose was whose. Year 2, still basically twins. Year 3, a tiny gap shows up, a few $1,000s. Nothing you'd notice, the kind of thing you'd laugh off. And for a long time, it really didn't matter. Until the year it did. And when it finally showed up, it didn't show up small. So what did Chris actually do? What's the big secret? Here it is. Every month before he spent a dime, he moved $200 out of reach. That's it. $200 out of the same $2,300 straight into a plain S&P 500 index fund. A boring one. Low fees. The kind you set up once and never look at again. Not crypto, not stock picking, just somewhere boring he could forget about. And let's be honest about what $200 a month even is. It's about $6.50 a day. It's the $4 coffee, 5 days a week. That's $80. It's lunch out twice a week. Call it another $110. It's the 2 subscriptions you never canceled. Add it up, and it's basically the exact stuff you spend without thinking. The stuff that leaves your account, and you couldn't tell me where it went. You spent yours. Chris hid his. Same paycheck. One tiny habit. Now here's where it stops being cute. Actually do the math with me for a sec. Over 10 years, Chris put in $200 a month. That's $24,000 of his own money. Total. 200 times 120 months. 24 grand in. But the account doesn't say 24,000. It says 41,000. So where did the extra 17,000 come from? Chris didn't earn it. He didn't work a single extra hour for it. His money started making money. And then that money made money too. That's the whole secret. It's called compounding. And it's making money while he's literally asleep. At a normal long-run market average, around 10% a year. That boring 200 turns into $41,000 in 10 years. Meanwhile you, same 10 years, same paycheck. You spent your $200 a month too. Also $24,000 gone. You've got zero. Not because you wasted it. Not because you were dumb. You just lived. Normally. Like everyone told you to. And that 41 grand, 10 years in, that's barely the warm-up. See, the first 10 years are the slow part, the boring stretch where it looks like nothing's happening. But $41,000 doesn't just sit there, it's working now, quietly, making its own money. So watch what the next 20 years do. You're both 32 now. Chris has 41,000, you have zero. By 37, his is 83,000. By 42, 152,000. And by 52, 30 years in, $452,000, almost $500,000, from $6 a day, $6. And get this, out of that 452,000, Chris only ever put in 72,000 of his own money. The other 380,000, the market built it for him while he slept. Meanwhile, you're still right here. Same paycheck, same life, same zero, and nothing ever went wrong. There was never a crash, never a layoff that woke you up, no rock bottom, no wake-up call. Nobody ever sat you down and told you that you were falling behind, because on paper, you weren't. You paid every bill, stayed out of debt, did everything they told you was the responsible move. And that's the cruel part. You can't fix a problem you can't feel. Falling behind doesn't feel like falling. It feels like standing still. You're on a floor that's quietly sliding backwards, and everything looks fine. No alarm goes off. Nothing hurts. And by the time you can finally feel it, you're already years down the slope. It was never a money problem. It was a comfort problem. The stuff that was supposed to keep you safe. The steady job, the normal life, the I'm doing fine. That was the trap. Now I'll be straight with you, because numbers like this deserve it. That 10% isn't a promise. The market has ugly years. It crashes. It scares the hell out of people. Some years Chris watched his account drop 20, even 30% on paper. Run the whole thing at a rougher number, say 7% a year, and Chris doesn't end with 452,000. He ends with about 240,000, 240 grand instead of 450. But you still end with zero, and that's the part that never depended on the market at all. 240,000, 450,000 doesn't matter which one's right. You still have nothing to compare it to. The market decides how big the gap gets. You decided whether there was a gap at all. So forget Chris for a second. Forget the 10 years, the 41 grand, the floor sliding backwards. Come back to right now, today. This month, money's going to land in your account, and you're going to do something with it. You'll pay the bills, you'll cover the stuff you have to, and whatever's left, you'll spend it, like always, like everyone. And it'll feel completely fine. It always does. That's the whole trick. The gap doesn't start in year 10. It starts this month, on the 1st, with the part you don't even think about, the $6, the coffee, the thing you'd never notice. You won't even feel it open. That's how it works. It's not the crash that gets you, it's the calm. So look at where you're sitting right now, comfortable, getting by, nothing wrong, feeling totally fine. And ask yourself one thing. What if fine was the most expensive thing you ever picked?